Hi, I'm Raymond. I'm 30. I'm a natural bodybuilding champion. I'm from Hitchin in Hertfordshire, which is just north of London. I started training really just to get into shape and to look good really. And I've always been quite into sports and stuff like that. I used to play a bit of football now and again. So I didn't really start weight training until I left school, around about 17. So I've been training now for about 13 years. But I've been training for a number of years before I actually started competing. Because to be honest with you, I didn't really know much about bodybuilding competitions. I just thought a bodybuilding competition was like a lot of guys taking gear and stuff, and it's not something I wanted to get into. So I weren't really building a physique for the stage, I was just building it to look good. It's only when a natural British champion, he came up to me and said basically I should think about competing. And at first I thought, well, it's not really my thing. So he suggested like natural shows and that. And I thought, yeah, I might give it a go. First ever competition, I took the overall at a local show. It was a Central BNBF. I also won the category. And then later on in that year, I took the novice British title for the NPA as well. I won the heavyweight title in 2010 and got runner-up for the overall. And in the British 2010 as well, for the BNBF, I took second place in the final. I don't look at training as just bodybuilding exercises. I believe as a bodybuilder you need to sort of like incorporate a lot more training methods into your overall training. Like me myself, I do powerlifting, I do like high volume stuff, I do a lot of pre-exhaust stuff, and I mix it in. It's sort of like a rotational thing. Each week of my training is different, and I believe you need all that in your training to build an all-round, thick, balanced physique. My typical week of training would be basically 2 days on and then 1 day off. So I'd say I'll train the Monday and the Tuesday, I'd have a rest day on the Wednesday and the Thursday and the Friday. And I do my training as a major and a minor body part split. So I'd always train sort of like a major part, for example, your chest with the biceps. And then I'd train legs on their own, like hamstrings and quads on the Tuesday. On the Wednesday I'd have day off. Sometimes I wouldn't go down the gym at all, but it depends if I'm getting into a competition. I'd probably do like cardio in the gym on a Wednesday and that'll be it. And on the Thursday I'd probably train delts and abs, and on Fridays I'd do back and triceps. And I believe that this split works well for me as well, because a lot of people I speak to, they tend to train like chest and biceps or chest and triceps together. I'm different, I like to train chest and biceps together because you're using the triceps when you're working your chest anyway. But then to go and do like a tricep workout, I feel that you're overtraining your tricep because it's a smaller muscle group. So that's the sort of splits I tend to use. When I come to like a sticking point or a plateau in my training, I tend to sort of like throw something totally different into the mix, something quite random. Like say I was doing like on a pre-exhaust week or whatever, and I'll do like an isolation movement before a compound movement. I would do sort of like, the pre-exhaust would be the same, but when I go into like a compound movement, I'd lift a lot heavier. So therefore, the pre-exhaust part of my routine is the same, but the heavier compound part of it would be heavier. So I wouldn't necessarily get more reps out at the time, but I'd put the muscle under more stress. And I'll stick at that for a few weeks and then to see what happens pretty much. The workout I'm going to be doing today is called GVT, which is German volume training. It's pretty much just high volume training using this one exercise, which is normally a compound exercise, and it's basically with short rest periods, and you're only using sort of like 60% of your 1 rep max. It's a sort of like training method I use like once every third week sort of thing. And even though you're not in the gym for long performing the workout, when you leave the gym, you feel like you have been in there for a while, because it's really taxing on the physique. First exercise I'll be doing today would be flat bench, and it's going to be 10 sets of 10 with a rest period of 60 seconds in between. One of the exercises I'm going to do today as well is going to be the incline dumbbell press, which is performed with a moderate sort of weight, and basically it's to target the upper chest region, to give you that thick top part of the chest you see like sticks out the top of the t-shirt. Third and final exercise I'm going to do today would be crossover cable fly, and that's to do with stretching the fascia. So I don't normally go very heavy on this exercise, but I do sort of like a higher rep range and also concentrating more on the stretch as well as the squeeze. After the chest exercises, I'd move on to a bicep exercise, and this would be an EZ curl. I'd only do probably around about 5 sets on this, but it'd be like a high volume. And because it's only a minor muscle group, you don't really need a lot to stimulate muscle growth in that region. The secondary bicep move I'd probably do would be dumbbell hammers, which targets the outer side of the bicep, and it gives you that peak. You don't want to really feel like you're on a diet, in my eyes. You need to be feeling strong enough to train. It's no point being on a diet where you can't train strong, or you can't train to your full potential. Dieting, a lot of people think dieting means basically being hungry all the time. And I feel, for me, a long, healthy, clean diet is the best approach. The amount of meals I eat a day depends on if it's a weekday or a weekend. In the weekdays, I'm getting up quite early, so I'm getting up around about 4:45 in the morning. So I'll start eating around about 5, and literally every 2.5 hours after that, I'm having a source of protein or a source of carbohydrates, and sometimes a bit of fruit as well with that. But you should have a balanced diet. I don't necessarily believe in like a 0 carb diet or a high fat diet. I believe everything should be within each meal of your diet. You should have your fats in there, you should have your carbs in there, you should have your proteins in there. You should have everything you need in each meal throughout the day, and I find that works for me. My cheat day I'll probably eat anything I want. Approaching closer to the competition, like 12 weeks, then I start monitoring my cheat meals more. I sort of like have a cleaner cheat meal and not a cheat day as such. And I always weigh my food, always measure my food, so I know exactly the amount of calories I'm taking in every day, each day, and what they are. So if I do need to make any adjustments, I know certain things I need to adjust, sort of thing. My perfect cheat meal would probably be a Chinese or something, where you've got different tastes and different spices and stuff like that. A lot of people just stick to pizza, but halfway through a pizza I'll probably get bored, and I'll eat it anyway, but I'll get bored. Supplementation is very important, I think, which I found, because believe it or not, I haven't been taking supplements for that long, but once I did start taking supplements, I noted big gains, and I continue to do a lot of research into supplements and what's the best to take. And it's not only just taking supplements is important, it's the time when you get the supplements in and what supplements you take of different supplements. Because that's the thing as well, people don't realise that sometimes different supplements counteract and like they clash together and the body don't absorb it as well as it should do. So it's not just supplementation is important, it's also timing and what supplementation you take together. And the supplements I take on a day-to-day basis would be grenade fat burning first thing in the morning for my first meal. I'd also take 10 grams of L-glutamine, whey isolate, creatine, F-ester. I find that creatine, F-ester, you don't get the water retention as much and the creatine bloat as much from taking that. Pre-training, I would take 50 caliber, L-glutamine again, H&B. Post-training, I'd have like a waxy maize with glutamine again, H&B, amino acids. Prior to bedtime, I'd take 4 capsules of ZMA, it's a zinc matrix. I'd take multivitamins, and also supplementation with Udo's oil, which is basically just omega-3, 6s and 9s. If someone came to me and asked me for advice on training and supplements, the top 3 supplements I would suggest would be, if you wanted to burn fat, would be grenades, definitely a whey isolate, and definitely L-glutamine, because they're the most important supplements and I feel you need. If you want to know more about my training and my nutrition and my supplementation, you can always check me out on Body Space. Stand by.
One left, one right. Good lad. Work hard then, lads. Work hard. Go, lad. Go, work, go, work.